We can start again. When you're ready.
Yeah, my name is Megan Shayne Cockney, and I started with the Northern Game Society about a year ago when they were looking for new members to make the Northern Games happen.
And I heard that you also were a Northern Games athlete.
I've tried in a single competition back in 2009, and I gave the bench reach champ a run for her money.
And why did you get started playing the games? Why did you jump in there?
I was actually encouraged by friends, some coaches, and that's a big part of it is about getting involved. It's the encouragement.
Why do you think it's important for young people to play Northern Games?
I think it's important for young people to play Northern Games, to get a sense of their culture and history, and to find strength in themselves and knowing that they can. I think it's very developing for young athletes.
What kind of skills do you think that young people learn from the Northern Games?
Tons of cultural skills, tons of I guess some of the traditions, and they're very connected to all of the practices in cultural activities, which is just amazing. And there's always a point to every single game. Like, it's not just to do it, it's to develop the strength and the skills for survival.
And when some of those games are for survival out on the land, how do you see the games as connected to those survival skills?
Well, you can see them and you can hear them in all the demonstrations. They explain it before every single event, and yeah, it's just very, very direct and straightforward when it comes to developing those certain aspects in cultural life.
You've been the volunteer coordinator for this Northern Games. Can you tell us a little bit about the role of volunteers in making these Northern Games events happen?
Volunteers are so important. I think today people get lost in the, oh, I need to do something for something, what can I get out of it? But here, just the sense of community is what you get out of it. The sense of, a whole family community working together to do something really positive for our youth, and it definitely would not happen without all of our very, very, very dedicated and strong volunteers that we had this year. I want to say thank you to everybody.
For those of us who maybe don't have that behind the scenes look, could you tell us a little bit about what some of those volunteers have done behind the scenes?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Our volunteers have done everything from keeping our grounds clean to getting themselves completely messy. I know we all kind of walked away a little muck ducky this weekend, which was all good fun, until you go and you're too tired to have a shower, but unfortunately you really do have to. And yeah, I mean, those were some of the bigger things, and it's just the amount of time that everyone puts in, because we've gone for long days. We've had a lot of long hours, and but working together, made it all, I hope it made it all worth it for everybody.
Just so that we have a sense, how many volunteers would you say have been involved with organizing these events here in Tuck?
Oh, I have to say at least 20, 30. At the end of the day, everyone is a volunteer because everybody pitched in, you know, from our elders who would check on, you know, our volunteers in the cook shack to make sure that they're okay, to, you know, our society members who, you know, also headed a lot of our main points on the field here and in the games, and to community members who came in just to make sure that, you know, things were clean and tidy, and, you know, everybody, and even the youth, they would pitch in, and it just was an amazing feeling at the end of the day. And I hope everybody got as much out of it as I did.
You worked really hard to make sure there was lots of country food here for the kids. Why do you think it's important for the kids to eat their country foods?
Oh, of course. You're here for our cultural events. We have to have our country foods. I mean, we can't call it a Northern Games without it. I mean, why would we call it a cultural event if we didn't have our cultural foods? And it's a very big part. And a lot of people who showed up did not try, you know, muck duck before. I know our visitors from the Southwest here had a great time trying new games, trying new foods, and it was just awesome.
What's been your favorite part of these Northern Games?
My favorite part was, that is a good question. I did have this conversation earlier. My favorite part had to have been the whole thing. Just, it's kind of hard to pick just one. So I would say I'm going to stick to the sense of community, the sense of, you know, development in all our youth, and the fact that I think that everyone has grown from this experience.
What would you like these young people to remember when they go from here back to their home communities?
I hope they remember all of the connections they made, all of the new friendships, all of the new skills, and just the values that we've tried to keep during the weekend. I hope that they stick with them for a very long time.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us? Any stories from the week that you'd like to share, or any particular favorite memories of the Northern Games?
Well, I don't qualify as a youth anymore, so my opportunity to participate wasn't there, but I did actually get to try an arm pull with one of my new friends in the media here, Miss Kata. That had to have been one of the highlights that I enjoyed most, was getting to also enjoy the games with you.
Well, it's always really fun to jump in, and I'm always amazed by how strong and powerful all these young women are, and I really love when there's lots of girls and women playing in the games. I wonder what it means. There's the games here, the Good Woman competition. I wonder what it means to you to be a good woman.
Oh my goodness, I think everybody kind of showed their good womanness this weekend. We had, like I said, a bunch of ladies in the cook shack doing all these, starting fires, making tea, making cultural foods. You know, we just wanted everybody to be taken care of and fed, and just to enjoy and have a good time.
And if anyone was thinking about getting involved as a volunteer for the next Northern Games event, but they maybe weren't sure how to get started or get involved, what would you say to them?
I'd say show up and reach out. I mean, once upon a time ago, I was in a, I'm going to tell you the story. I was kind of in a bad place, and I showed up one day to volunteer for something. And I walked out with a brand new job and a brand new outlook. And, you know, things start when people really want to do things. It just, even at the end of the day, if you start with volunteering, it will get the ball rolling. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know that feeling. It feels really good to be a part of our communities, to be around these young people who are working for their community and for their own spirits. It's that ethic of the games, right? Of putting your best foot forward, doing your best you can for each other, sharing the best of yourself with each other. It feels really good.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Well, thank you very much for all of your coordinating this week. I know that it's been a lot of work. It's been a labor of love, and we've all benefited from the way that you've put your heart and your spirit into everything. So thank you very much.
Well, I think everybody put their heart and spirit into this weekend. It's all for the kids. And I hope they got as much out of it as we did.
I know they did. All right, thank you very much.